Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. It's Stuart here, the classical record collector, and my website lpclassical.co.uk, where I sell records. And I might add that any record that you see on any of my videos, I'm open to sensible offers if you live in the UK, not anywhere else. So let me just go ahead then and talk about what's happened today. I've been out to a haunt that last time I went to probably about 6 weeks ago. I've got a bit fed up with charity shops. I've not really been doing too much with them, partly because I feel like I've got enough records for now, and it's very rarely that I find anything interesting in a charity shop anyway. However, today I decided to go out and have a run along the coastline, and this town that I go to, it's got a few charity shops that normally have records. I decided to go in today just to sort of have a look. And I went into two of the charity shops, had absolutely nothing at all. It was really depressing. And I thought, I'm not going to find anything today. It doesn't matter. I'll go and have my run along the coast. However, the third charity shop that I went into, I've had one or two things from there before, but really not much. It's a British Heart Foundation store, and typically they've only got like a dozen in there. And I've bought one or two in the past, but never really had much. So I went in today and I found, as usual, a dozen sort of hanging by the clothes pegs. You know how it's idiots. Some stupid charity shops use clothes pegs to display them. Absolutely stupid. So yeah, I looked at those. There was nothing there. However, there was a record carrying case underneath, and there were half a dozen box sets. And one or two of them caught my eye. I'll just show you what I found in there. So here we are. I found these box sets, right? Now, it's odd because the single LPs are selling for £3 each. For some bizarre reason, they're selling the box sets at £1.50 a piece. I've got no idea why. I don't understand it, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I'll show you what I got out of that record carrying case. So, first of all, I got this. Now, you know the Haydn Dorati set, don't you? Dorati was really, I think, the first conductor to record all of the Haydn symphonies, all 104 of them, on a magnificent Decca series. And I can't remember how many boxes there are in the set. But which of the sets would you want it to be if you found one of these? Yeah, which would you want it to be? So which one is this? Look carefully. Is that not the set you would want to find if you found the Dorati Haydn Symphonies 93 to 104, the London Symphonies, the best symphonies that Haydn ever composed? I know there are people who prefer middle period and early Haydn, but I'm not one of them. I like the London Symphonies, and out of all the box sets, this is the one I would most want to see for £1.50. Okay, so everything in it is fine. It's got the Decca sleeves, inner sleeves. It's absolutely, spot on. The only thing about it is it's a Dutch pressing, but I don't care about that. It's got the booklet. It's absolutely pristine. And actually, I went in without my glasses. I like to have my glasses for the detail, but, even without my glasses, I could see that these were in superb condition. And for £1.50, you'd have taken that, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have left that behind. Okay, so I found that. The next one I found is this. Sibelius, Symphonies 1 to 7, Ashkenazi conducting, digital Decca. Now, I don't know what happened, whether Decca got a bit cheap and started using their Decca sleeves, inner sleeves, but these are all just in generic sleeves. I don't know whether the person who bought these transferred them. Why would they do that? Doesn't really make any sense. So that's a little bit disappointing, but it may well be that by this stage Decca were just putting records into standard generic sleeves. I don't know. In addition to that, in here we've got Ashkenazi's discography. I think that's actually quite interesting. That's a nice little extra. He's got quite a significant discography, obviously as a pianist and a conductor. So that was good to have. And of course, we've got the booklet, which has details about all the symphonies, etc., in several languages, I think. Yeah. Okay, so spot on. It's a Dutch pressing. Again, I'm not worried about that. You can't complain really for £1.50, can you? To get that set. Would you have taken that? I think you probably would. Even those of you who've probably got this would probably take it. Okay, and we got an opera. Les Contes d'Hoffmann, yeah, the Tales of Hoffmann, Offenbach. I like the opera, and you know, again, I mean, it's in superb condition. It's a German pressing, and we can tell it's from the era of CD because that's what the libretto looks like. That's Gruberova on the front, Edita Gruberova. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. That's obviously from they've just literally used the CD libretto. So there's no big libretto. It doesn't matter. That's a really interesting. And of course, inside we can see there's a space for the libretto to go. So that goes there. There's no other paperwork inside. I don't think there ever was. So that was 1989. One of the really late digital opera sets issued by DG. £1.50. Really pleased with that. And then we got this, which is a bit of a hodgepodge. I don't normally buy things like this. Romantic Russia. It's a 4 LP set. I think it's all digital probably, or is it? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about that. No, it's not actually. 1961. Okay, so it looks to me like it's is it all analog? Actually, it might well be. It's it looks to me like it's taken from SXL series issued in the 60s, and they've put all the Russian pieces onto a box set. So if that's all in analog, I think that's pretty good. If it's all analog, or if it's not, I don't know. So it's got the booklet in there. Let me just see what it says about the recordings when they were issued. If it does, oh dear, no, no, it doesn't say anything. But this set was issued in 1986. But we've got here the dates on the records. On the records it says 1961. That one says, let's have a look. Just bear with me. That says 1971, 67, and 62. So that's going to be all analog. And then we've got, oh, is that 1984? Right, okay. So we've got 1984, that's Scheherazade with Charles Dutoit. I presume that's a digital recording, so it's not all analog. That's 84 as well. That's Capriccio Espagnol, Dutoit, and the remainder of Scheherazade, so that's 84. And we've got Romantic Russia. There was I believe there was an SXL Romantic Russia, wasn't there? 6000. And this was issued in, well, it says 1978. So that's going to be analog as well. That's 78. Romantic Russia. I always thought that was a 60s LP, but maybe I'm wrong. And then we got another one here. Let's see when that was issued. 1980. Mussorgsky Pictures at an Exhibition. That may be a digital recording. It doesn't actually say on the record, which really surprises me. Wait a minute. No, it doesn't say, oddly enough. So, but anyway, I do believe that probably is. There's another Romantic Russia. Yeah, so that's Schulte. Okay, so a mixture there of digital and analog, but I thought for £1.50, that's got to be worth having. Again, it looks to me like it's another Dutch pressing. Let me just have a quick look. Feels like a Dutch pressing. It's a bit floppy and thin. Made in Holland. Yep, that's Dutch. Okay, so I found those 4 sets on, in a record case. Okay, I found these 4 sets, and I went to the counter, and there was a young man there, and I put the records down. I said, I'd like to buy these, but I said, out of interest, the person that donated these, did he or she donate anything else? Because it's odd to find 4 sets like this just on their own, or have they already sold, or what? I'd expect to see some sort of, I expected to see something else, because the 12 that were sitting there on clothes pegs were out of character with these. I would have expected from the digital era to see some sort of single LPs and maybe something else, and it seemed a bit odd that there were just these 4. And I said, is it possible that there's something in the back? So he said, oh yeah, it might well be the case. So he went to the back, and he came and said, oh yes, there's quite a bit there was quite a bit in the back. So He said, if you'd like to come through, you can have a look through. I thought, well, fantastic. So I went through into the back, and I actually took a picture on my phone of the LPs. Unfortunately, you're going to struggle. Let's see if I can kind of angle it so that the light, can you see that? I took a picture of, I went into the storeroom at the back. I don't know how well you can see that. You see, if I do that, you can't see because of the light. But you can probably see there was a good row of LPs on the floor. Half of them were box sets, the rest were singles. And I started going through the box sets first, and I found more that were obviously from that collection. And then there was lots of other records there, non-classical as well, that obviously were not from this collection. As it happened, I only bought records which were obviously from the same collection as these. And I say that because they're all like kind of digital box sets. So let me just show you what I bought. Oh, I might add that I left behind one box set which was out at the front. What was it? It was Karajan conducting, excuse me, Karajan conducting Don Giovanni, okay, on a digital 1980s digital DG box set. Unfortunately, the box was badly damaged at the front and it had been taped up. And I decided not to buy it even for £1.50 because, you know, I don't really like having records like that in my collection. If the box is badly damaged, unless it's a really ultra rare SXL or something like that, then I won't usually bother. So, okay, what have we got? Well, this is probably the best of them. I'll start with the best. This, I think if I sold it, I could probably pay for all the others. It's the only one that really is probably worth anything. It's Perlman playing the 5 Mozart violin concertos with James Levin conducting. Actually, I've never seen that before, even when I used to deal in records, you know, in the 90s. I never actually saw this. Fortunately, it's got the insert. So, and it's made in West Germany. So that's a good sign. Everything's there. I'm a big Mozart fan, so I don't know, but I would have thought this must be worth at least, oh, what should we say? A good £30, I would think, if I was going to sell that. Maybe £40. I don't know. I've not really seen what it sells for on eBay, but I think that's pretty good. I'm glad that it's Perlman. I'm glad it's not Zimmerman. I'm glad it's not who else? Probably Anne-Sophie Mutter. I'm glad that it's not Gordon Kramer. I'm glad that it's not all those other non-collectible, boring violinists that were around in the 80s. I'm glad that out of all of them, it's Perlman, who was probably at that time the leading sort of solo artist on vinyl LPs. So yeah, I'm glad it's Perlman and not anybody else. Or Salvatore Accardo. I'm glad it's not Salvatore Accardo. Yeah, I'm glad it's Perlman. Good old Perlman. Well done. So that was good. But that's the only thing really that I bought that I would say is actually worth any money. However, the rest of them, what else did I buy? So I've got this, Glazunov, the Symphonies. Never seen that. What label is it? What label is that? It's got 1983 on the back of it. 8 LPs. It's a DMM. That tells me it's a German, probably a German record. You know something? All it says on the it says DMM Teldec. So I don't know whether anybody recognizes this. What is that? Where is that made? It must be made in Germany, of course. Telefunken. It's a Telefunken Decca. Actually, that's quite a good set then, isn't it? I think I've done really well there. 1983. Is that digital or what? Probably is digital, isn't it, if it's 1983? Although it doesn't say digital. Are all DMMs digitals? I think they probably are, aren't they? Now, there's not much in the way of an insert. There's really just that, just one page with the, you know, with showing what's on each LP. And there's just a short essay, which is all in German. It's not in English. Let me see, is there anything else? No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 LPs. Good. Good. Forgive my emotion there. How many times have you bought a, you know, like an 8 LP box set only to get them home and find out there's 7 records there? Isn't that irritating and frustrating? Even if you've got it for next to nothing. because let's face it, a box set with one record missing is worth nothing. It's worth absolutely nothing. But that's got all 8 records with it. I'm pleased with that set. That might be worth something, actually. What do you think? Glazunov. I'm not a fan of Glazunov, so if anybody's interested in that, I would accept, I'll consider an offer on it. Let's go on. Let's keep going. What do you think? Not a bad haul, really, is it? I mean, not like a big money haul, but I mean, for £1.50 a box set, come on, guys. I'm sure that you probably all would have bought what I've bought. Now, I like this set. Schubert, all 8 symphonies. You've seen this before. It's not uncommon, but still 8 symphonies, Carl Böhm conducting, and it's all there. Lovely condition. There we are. There's the booklet. Fantastic. Made in Germany. What more could you want? All the records are there, virtually pristine condition. That is an absolutely superb set. Yep, that is really good. I mean, I think that's a reissue probably. But 5 LPs, they're all there, all made in Germany. Brilliant. £1.50. What do you think about that, eh? Okay, so, it's worth persevering. I've been moaning recently saying, oh, I've not found anything. And I took a chance today and decided, I wasn't even going to go into this shop because I went into the other 2 first. There was nothing there. I thought, oh, the British Art Foundation, they won't have anything either. But couldn't have been more wrong, could I? Mori Pariah, Mozart Concerti. It's number 9, number 14, number 21, number 24 and 20, and number 11. It's a 3 record box set, and I'm really happy with that. Obviously, there's the entire set of Mozart concertos in a box set with Pariah, but I think this must predate that. I think they released them, it says here 1978 on the back. So there's the booklet. It's a little bit, there's some spots at the front. I'm not too sure what they are, but it doesn't really matter. I'm really pleased with that. These are all analog, so some of the best concertos are there. 3 records. Where's that pressed? Let's have a look. Look at the condition on that. It's absolutely shiny. Couldn't be better, really. Where's it pressed? It's pressed. That's probably a UK pressing, isn't it? No. Made in Germany. Okay. It's a German CBS. I didn't know they were pressing for the UK market. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, it's in English as well. Yeah. I didn't know they were pressing for the UK market, CBS Records in Germany. I wasn't aware of that. So again, would you have bought that? £1.50? I think you would. Even if you're not a Mozart fan, you probably would have bought it. Here we are. Another one, Brendel and Levin. The 5 Beethoven piano concertos. Yep, really pleased with this. The booklet's there. Everything's in superb condition. That's a Dutch pressing, which is okay because obviously it's, obviously Philips, it's predominantly a Dutch company, let's face it. So there we are. Another good one. Everything is pristine, brilliant condition. And then finally, just to round this video off, we've got 2 more to go. What do you think of that? Mendelssohn, 5 symphonies, Claudio Abbado, digital, and it's a 4 LP set. It's got Abbado's discography. What do you think of that, eh? It's nice to get these extras, isn't it? Yeah. And it's got pictures actually of all the CDs on the back. Yeah, this is an LP set. When was it pressed, I wonder? Let's have a look. What's the date on it? 1985. Okay, so there's the booklet. That's in nice condition. They haven't put the CD booklet in there, so I'm pleased with that. Actually, if you think it's 1985, really CDs only started appearing in 1984, didn't they? That's quite impressive then. That's quite an early sort of thing. Let me just make sure all the records are here. 1, 2, oh, wait a minute. I think one might be missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they're all there. It's a 4 LP set, isn't it? Yep, they're all there. German pressings. That's the back showing the breakdown of all the records and what's on them. pristine condition box. There we are. Okay. And finally, Brahms Symphonies 1 to 4, Herbert von Karajan. This looks to me like it's not the 80s set, is it? Surely it must be the 70s. Yeah, 1978. Yep, it's all analog, made in West Germany. Fantastic. There's a picture of Karajan relaxing there. And of course I think this is probably better than the 80s set. So I'm glad I've got this set. And look at this discography. Look at all of just look at that. It's amazing, really. You see that? What do you think of that? Do you like that? Isn't it nice? I mean, if you're a collector, you like to have this kind of paraphernalia, don't you? So yeah, that's really good. And of course, it's got the all-important accompanying booklet. Quite elaborate, actually, but I can see that this is in French, Spanish and German and English, of course. It's actually got pictures of the score. Yeah. Well, there we are. Of course, I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with those. And it's kind of made up for the drought that I've had for the last few weeks that I've picked up all those. Now, I must say there were others from that collection, mainly operas. There was also Mariner conducting on a box set the suites and the Brandenburg concertos of Bach, but I've already got in an earlier issue the Bach Brandenburgs with Mariner, so I didn't need that. And then there were some operas which I didn't really find that interesting. I left those behind, and that's about it, really. Oddly enough, this person who donated these must have been mad about box sets, because all the single LPs that were there were completely out of character with these, and I presume that whoever donated these only donated box sets. It's really bizarre, but hey, I'm not complaining. Okay, thank you for watching, and let me know what you thought of that. Bye for now.